JC Penni.
Nice sweater, Sean.
Thanks, man. Don't spoil it for the folks home. They haven't seen it yet, but they're about to. 'Twas the week of the finals when all through the league, 8 men had succumbed to the season's fatigue. McMillan and James missed the playoffs this season, avoiding the Sacko, then adding waivers for some reason. Jason Smith suffered through a dismal campaign, but in the end was saved from waffles and pain. But who saved our friend from being the Sacko? Why, it was all thanks to a brutal 3 weeks from Sacko. But on to the playoffs and Brad's title drought. Could he break it? Nah. The truth is, he was lucky to make it. And as for myself, I'll admit, finally, that my title defense was no dynasty. So on to the semis, where Window, poor fella, he lost the glass slipper to his Cindarella. And in a matchup of dark horses, Alex did learn that 3 wrong decisions can cause quite a burn. So now here we are, and 2 teams are still merry. Average Scotties and Globo Jerry. But who will claim this trophy for the year? Week 17 is upon us. The hour draws near. As the league's reigning champ, these last words will I speak. Merry coin flip to all, and to all a good week. Welcome to the JC Penni Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Fitzgerald. With me are finalists, Jerry LeBlanc and my co-host all season, and as always, and Scotty Harlow, who has made his way back to his second final appearance in 3 years. Guys, congratulations on making the finals.
Thank you.
I didn't like any of that.
Oh, come on. I'm wearing a Christmas sweater. We got the lights. I got the green in the background. That's always there, but whatever.
You're never beating the "you're too busy with 2 kids" allegations, man. You had all the time to write that.
No, all the time to write that. I swear to you, I told Scotty this before we got on. We had just put the kids' presents under the tree and finished. Like we've been packing all day to go to Pennsylvania tomorrow, and Ash was getting a shower at long last. She went up at 8 o'clock. I was sitting on the couch and I was like, I could game for a little bit, or you know what? I could write a quick poem. So yeah, that was done in like the last 20 minutes before we got on. So
Who said creative writing is hard?
Dude, Rhyme Zone is a great tool if anyone needs it for a poem. So yeah, we're here. It's finals week. We got to get into how we got here with regard to our semifinal matchups. And with regard to our Sacko Bowl, as I kind of I spoiled the ending there as far as who won our Sacko Bowl. And then, as is tradition on the season finale of our podcast, each competitor will get their chance to state their case for why they are going to have that trophy on that bookshelf behind me, on their mantle all year. They're going to speak as to why they're going to win this title, and whichever one of them wins, every correct take they make will end up on an end-of-season montage. For whoever loses, every wrong take will end up on that same end-of-season montage. So high stakes for this podcast. And we also have another present. Jerry and I have been making predictions all year for who we thought would win each matchup. Find out who will win this year's prediction crown, and how we fared last week. We got a lot of stuff to cover, so let's get right into our playoff semifinal. I'm going to go ahead and start with Jerry, your matchup, if I can get it up here. Oh, there it is. So, yeah.
Top 10 things Ashley said on your wedding night.
Fair enough. I mean, Jerry, let me ask this. Obviously, you knew you were. Can we agree you knew you were winning the whole time?
No.
Okay.
I think it was about halftime of the Thursday game that I was like, oh, okay.
It wasn't the whole time. It was just like
no, the extra 18 points at halftime or in overtime of the Thursday night game, I feel like pretty much put the nail in the coffin. It's like, as long as something crazy doesn't happen either way, like, and then something crazy did happen, and it was just my team continuing to just go off. So
can we at least agree that Let me ask this. I'll rewind. Do you feel at all burned by the fact that you were so close to 200?
I'm a little, not a lot. I mean, I was really on the fence between Lad McConkey and Juwan Jennings, and I made the executive decision, despite what projections were saying, and started Lad because I literally made this trade with Scotty to have Lad McConkey for this matchup. And knowing now that I would have gotten an extra 3.3, which would have been enough to put me at 200, it was a little frustrating. But hey, you got to save 200 for the final week, final matchup of the season, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there was really no way that Window was going to catch you with the amount of output you had. Chase Brown had himself a day against Miami. Christian McCaffrey did Christian McCaffrey things. Matt Stafford did Matt Stafford things this season. He's been an MVP candidate, and he put up another 30. You gotta love that Kittle trade more and more with each passing week. Although,
yeah,
until he got injured anyway.
It is known.
There were people who did that Spider-Man meme for George Kittle, like George Kittle putting up 21 to save me, to win my week, but then getting injured. It's like that carefully. He's a hero.
That's why I got Kyle Pitts on the bench,
Yeah. No, I mean, this was your prophecy. You said before the playoffs started that you had a prophecy of Kittle getting injured in the semis and the Kyle Pitts
watching
the championship.
At the end of the third, watching him walk off, like limp off, and I'm just like, this is absurd. Like
the prophecy is
but you've done everything right all season. Like, this is your moment. Like, you called this.
The T. Higgins trade was a mistake because T. Higgins also had a better day than Lad McConkey. And T. Higgins, I would be starting T. Higgins this week if he was on my roster.
I want to trade against Jerry, guys.
He did.
Someone did.
Somebody had to, because Jerry fleeced everybody else in the league. But yeah, disappointing end for Windows season. It doesn't help that Jackson Dart did nothing.
It was crazy how bad Jackson Dart played.
Yep.
Like, he was just like literally like my number one reason that, like, I was like, Window can win this matchup. He has a bunch of guys that can go off, and it seemed like Jackson Dart's just like a walking 20 points a game, and I was wrong. Like, how is it that, like, they were down the entire, like, were they not down that whole game? He threw 13 passes.
Yeah, it's honestly crazy how little and he only had 2 carries too. I mean, like, which is a low for him since he's been the starter.
Like, he had not thrown less than 20 passes in a game until this week. He threw 13, 7 of 13 for 33 yards and a pick. It's crazy bad.
But again, and Window lost by 100. Like, it didn't matter.
No, it wasn't going to matter here. Honestly, I was kind of more frustrated. I'm playing Samantha in the semifinals in the league we're both in, and I'm up by like 4 points at the end of last night, and then Christian McCaffrey gets the last touchdown catch, which gives her the win and knocks me out of the playoffs.
Yeah, no, I know.
And I was like, as much as it makes me feel good because I have Christian McCaffrey over here, I didn't need the extra 8 points. I didn't need it here.
You know how I know that? Because she texted me.
Because she texted you and you told her to sweep the leg.
Yeah, I mean, someone needs to knock you off a pedestal. Bro, you have had the like, again,
Bro.
I've been saying all year, you've had arguably the best season in league history after 17 years. Like,
Bro, I don't think you understand. This is not gonna, like, if someone needs to knock me down, and it's not her. She's in the championship in all 3 leagues. One of them's a 2-week championship, where last week she put up 245 points. The person she's playing against put up like 110. It's like, I honestly think she could bench her whole lineup for the second week of the playoffs, or second week of the championship, and still win.
Yeah.
She's in the championship in all 3. She's having a better season than me. Think about that.
Yeah.
And that's the person that you want to gas up right now?
Yeah, kinda. I something like inside me loves the idea of you winning this title. Like, let me ask, when was your I'm gonna look back now. I want to look back at our notes. When your last title was in our league?
2020.
Okay, it's 2020. So, like, winning your first title in the last like 5 or 6 years.
This is the 5th year, yeah.
The 5th year, winning this title, and again, because you've also missed the playoffs like a couple of the last couple of years. Like, I just have the idea.
I think the previous 4, I've made the playoffs once, missed it the other 3, and came in last in 2 of those times.
Right.
And last year I won in the last place matchup. So
right. So like
I almost had 3 last places in 4 years. It was a bad time, Bob.
That's what I'm saying. So all that to say, like, so I love the idea of you winning this title after such a rough stretch, but Sam winning 3 titles and just constantly and beating you in one of them and constantly like holding that over you. There is something like satisfying about that.
Why do you want my wife to emasculate me? I don't understand.
It's kind of funny, bro. It's for the lulz. So let's move on to our other semifinal matchup. Scotty, I mean, again, we said like 130 was kind of like the bar to get a win. But
it was really Alex on Thursday. He put up nothing, and he had like 5 players or 4 players going on Thursday, and had less than 6 out of all of them. And I was like, oh, I guess this is.
I guess I just win.
Easy.
A small part of me is like, man, maybe I should have just picked the other side of the bracket. Window'd be in the championship right now. Yeah. He'd be in his first title matchup. I mean, 102 would have been enough for him to get a win if he was on the other side of the bracket.
But honestly, would you really want that? Because if you lose to Scotty, right? Like Scotty, I've said from the jump, Scotty is a dark horse contender. Like, you know, like I would say like 60-40, 65-35. Like, you're still a heavy favorite, but like it's not. He's got a puncher's chance. Window would be a true Cinderella story.
From a neutral perspective, I think I'm the better matchup because I have more of a chance.
Yeah,
theoretically,
it's more of a sweat.
But there's also the Cinderella factor of Window getting to the final,
especially like the way he got into the playoffs. Yeah, I think it would have been a really fun story for him to.
If he beat you, though, I don't think you come back to the league.
I don't know.
Right? Like, so I'm just saying, I don't know if I want to take that chance. Let me ask this guy. We talked about Alex, and I think Alex mentioned he made a couple of tough choices. I think it was like between Waddle and who was it?
It didn't really matter, whatever it was.
None of it mattered, but he didn't. I mean, Trevor Lawrence was the big one. If he had put
the Trevor Lawrence for Jordan Love thing would have.
Yeah, that would have Yeah.
Which it wouldn't have been a bad play. I'm like not questioning Alex's decision to start Jordan Love at all, because obviously Jordan Love has been better all year. But Trevor Lawrence the last few weeks has looked awesome.
Yeah.
And they're a playoff team.
They're easily a playoff team. But obviously much worse matchup. But and obviously you can't anticipate Jordan Love getting hurt when he did. But man, that wouldn't have been crazy for him to start Trevor Lawrence there.
Nope. And if he does,
and it would have right in the fight.
He's like one or like he said, like those 3 decisions together. Like Lawrence in one of those decisions might have been the difference. Because you can usually say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start Trevor Lawrence. I'm gonna start Lawrence over Love. I'm gonna start Waddle over Reed or Pittman. Like,
I will say I guess maybe just the benching of Tua deterred him from starting Jalen Waddle. I'm a little surprised he didn't start Jalen Waddle though. Yeah. Not that it would have independently made a big difference.
Same. I started in the leagues I had Waddle. I still started him. It's like he is the target. He's the number 1 wide receiver. He is in their passing game runs through him with a splash of Darren Waller. Like,
yeah, and Reed is a huge unknown in the Packers offense still. Like
absolutely.
He's still making his way back from injury. So
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a down day for Alex's roster overall. Like, Josh Jacobs he was coming back from injury, so that I'm sure contributed. But let me ask you, Scotty. Like I said, I started with this. 130 we've said is like that's where you start to get into like winning numbers like that. If you hit 130 or go above it, like you feel a little good. How do you feel putting up 130 in the semifinals? Like obviously you won.
I don't hate it. Obviously my team isn't like some dominant juggernaut, so at this point I'm just kind of letting it ride. Not everyone can beat Jerry's team, so this season has been pretty. I was 7-7, but it never felt like I wasn't a playoff team, but it never felt like I was that good either. So at this point, I'm just taking what I can get kind of thing. So, yeah.
That makes total sense. Anything else to talk about on this one before we move to our Sacko Bowl?
No, I'm excited to talk about our matchup and all that stuff. But, nothing too remarkable from my game, really. It was... I didn't have too many crazy. My main decision to make was if I started ETN over one of my other running backs, and it turned out it didn't. Yeah, I could have started him over Kyron. Yeah, it didn't make a huge difference. So, and Quinn Johnson, I wasn't gonna start him, even though he went off on my bench. So, yeah.
Yeah, the only other thing I'll say is like between both of the semifinals matchups, and then this is also going to apply to the next matchup we talk about, but like just not a lot of a sweat this weekend. It's like by like the end of the 1 o'clock games, it was like, oh, okay, everything's decided. Like, barring some huge miracle, it was pretty much a done deal.
Yep. So that leaves us with our Sacko Bowl. Jason Smith and Zach. And I spoiled the ending in the beginning, but Zach Hall wins his first Sacko. Woof.
This is the problem with missing the playoffs.
Bro.
At any moment you miss the playoffs, it could just go downhill. Like if Hurts and McConkey combine for 5 points, I get the win the last week of the regular season. He makes it to semis, and then his team falls apart. Everyone gets injured. Who cares? It's after that. It's just a forgotten season. He ain't gonna forget.
I'm also the 6th seed in that situation, and in that situation, Brad probably still chooses to play. Who was it? It would have been.
It was Zach. It would have been Zach.
It would have been. You say that, but he did in a group. I think you and I are in a group chat with him. He did say me. I'd love to get like a confirmation from him that he would in fact have chosen Zach. Obviously, that was the smart play. If he had chosen me, I'm just saying I'd be in the finals right now against you. Just saying.
Always got to make it about yourself. Sean.
How do you figure that?
Because I would have beaten, if Brad had chosen to play me, I would have beaten Brad in week 1 of the playoffs, and then.
And how do you know that I wouldn't have picked your side of the bracket?
Would you have?
I don't know. Okay, but you're saying that as if it's a definitive, but like no, if it's
you forget how much thought Jerry put into that.
Yeah, no, if it was you.
Me,
no,
my
but I'm saying
if it put up 60 more points. So obviously.
if it was you, Brad, and Scotty, Zach, I honestly don't know right now who.
That is kind of a coin flip.
That is very much more of a coin flip than
but there's
the
a
other
50,
way.
50 chance that I could be in the finals right now.
You could, but also, like I said, Zach also just as easily could have been in the finals.
Sure.
Because no, like if Zach, if I won that matchup, I think Brad would have picked Zach.
Yeah, but Zach, even if he had won last week, he would have gotten eliminated this week. He was the lowest scorer.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, like
he could have been in the semis.
Yeah, like so if Zach was in the playoffs though, I would have chosen the side with Zach there.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I would have been in the finals. If Brad chose me. And Scotty played. It was Scotty. Oh
Zach. No, sorry. No, I was saying from the perspective of Brad choosing Zach.
Oh yeah,
I 100% was picking that side of the bracket.
100%, yeah.
But yeah, no. If he chose you, I don't know what I would have done in that moment.
No, I totally agree. No, but getting to the matchup, Jason Smith needed a decent week. Again, it helps that Zach laid an egg. Like his team was. His team was in tatters.
No Patrick Mahomes, no Rashee Rice, like
Mariota getting hurt in the middle of the game.
Yeah. Marvin Harrison's first game back, he puts up less than 2. Travis Kelce without Patrick Mahomes puts up 1.
They refused to give Bucky Irving a touch at the goal line.
Yeah. He even had the Saints defense put up 19 for him. Like, he had an 18-point defense. He just didn't have anything else in his roster besides defense.
I'm trying to think. Like, if he had started the perfect lineup, would it have been enough?
No.
Like, if he had started Hunter Henry over Travis Kelce, that's 11. If he starts Ramondre over like Marvin Harrison Jr., that's an extra 15. That's 26 points. I don't think it's gonna come close. I was thinking he was down by 25. Like, no, he lost by 40. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Jason's team is better than it looks. That's what I've been saying all season.
Jason's team was doo-doo butter the entire season. He's
lucky. True though.
It is true.
Like it was a paper tiger that never materialized. He is a rich man's James. Like he's got James.
He's half a step up from Low Watch.
Yeah, but no, seriously, like his team underperformed all year long. What receiver?
He was 3 points away from being second to last in scoring.
What receiver that he has puts any fear in you? None. The only players that remotely scare me.
I mean,
on his
Nico
team-
Collins was okay. Nico Collins is wide receiver 8 right now.
Okay.
But he is a wide receiver 1. Come on.
He has a wide receiver 1. He has
Stephon
he has
Diggs.
James Cook. He has Javonte Williams. He has Joe Burrow. And Joe Burrow, he has who he lost all season. Like he has Joe Burrow for the playoffs.
This
like,
is true. He also dropped Trevor Lawrence, who then immediately
Honestly.
just goes on and does put up 35 points a game.
Well, but he's fine with it because he has Dak and Joe Burrow. Like it's not like he's hurting at quarterback necessarily, but he just doesn't have he never had wide receivers. He and I should have probably made a trade at some point, worked out like Pickens for Dak or something like that.
Hey, I traded him Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, one of my former wide receivers. How'd that work out for him?
Got 18 points on his bench.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but I am happy for Jason. He
didn't deserve it.
by a hair.
Yeah, he didn't deserve. He did.
But
not
we've also
deserve-
talked about this. Who deserves something in fantasy football?
You deserve a
seldom,
this year. Who knows
seldom,
what'll happen?
yeah, seldom
No,
comes to
I
fruition.
think Zach
like-
did deserve it because he's had
Oh.
so much good luck over the years.
That's
You
true.
might as well.
He's never not
take
made
one-
semis. He's never not
Exactly.
made semis.
He
and
might as
now
well
it's like-
take one for the team this year. It's
Zach.
Oh,
if
by the way,
you're-
Zach, I had some waffles today. Went to Waffle House in Hagerstown.
Which one did you go to?
Like Williamsport.
Okay.
I mean, near Hagerstown. Yeah.
I prefer Sharpsburg Pike myself, but there are some good Waffle Houses in Hagerstown. All right. So, Zach, I don't think he's in the chat right now, but Zach, if you are in the chat, I'd love to know what punishment you're thinking of doing. Do you know? Jerry, Jerry, you're very close with Zach. Do you know what punishment he's interested in doing?
I don't know. We've talked about some Waffle House situations, but I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen yet.
he.
Okay.
We also talked about. He talked about the sit in a bar from.
Oh yeah, we
open to
did also talk
close.
about like you go to a bar starting at opening and then like beer takes off 30. I think shot takes off an hour probably is better just because so that way.
We can.
We
that
might-
one's not like ordained or canonized or whatever. We can talk
Well,
about it.
not I mean yeah, but the puzzle wasn't either. So
Yeah. No, I get it.
no, it's pretty much do something that's miserable and it's gonna count. Essentially, is where we're at.
Yeah.
So
So yeah. So we are moving on.
Did you guys-
to- Oh,
really quick. So did you guys like that message though, where he was like, "Oh, yep, no, no ice bagel for me for the year." It was like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll eat 15 waffles, but I'll be damned to have a Smirnoff Ice. I ain't touching that stuff.
That was so great.
Oh, apparently the Waffle House that you prefer, Sean, is the one that my mom wanted to go to, and I talked her out of it because the one that we were going to was a 14-minute drive away, and that one that you were talking about is a 16-minute drive away. So
No joke, I'm nostalgic now because I kid you not, at Christmas, literally Christmas morning, usually my family, like my grandma and aunt would come down and we would go to the Waffle House on that Sharpsburg Pike Waffle House just to get like breakfast in the morning because it's the only place it was like one of the only places that's open. So it's like, hey, Christmas breakfast. Like, did you don't have to cook? So let's get to our Shiva bracket just to show everybody, the folks at home, where we're at. It is the 1 seed Jerry and the 5 seed Scotty make their way to the Shiva final. And in the Sacko bracket, we have our Sacko. James and both Jasons avoid the waffles or SAT or other punishment, and Zach is our Sacko for season 17. I also make no mistake, I did not stop doing. Oh, I don't know why that happened. On Earth, there we go, fixed. I did not stop doing power rankings just because it's the season finale. I have updated them for the season finale. Jerry still stands alone in S tier as he has since the inception of the power rankings. Jerry is him. Scotty, A tier, the only one who can stop him now. I put Alex and I in B tier because, again, I felt like Scotty, Alex, and I were the dark horses that realistically had a puncher's chance against Jerry. Good season, but not good enough. Honestly, I put Window and Brad in C tier. Lucky to have made the playoffs, in my view. D tier for the Sacko playoff teams that didn't end up getting the Sacko. At least it's over without waffles. And in F tier, stands alone, Zacko the Sacko. That's going to be his nickname for all year for me. So,
just that picture of Jason from the crew.
it's so great, right?
Oh, my God.
Man. So, yeah, so that's it. We don't have an offer report because we
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. We will have waivers tonight. Only Jerry and Scotty should be making them. I will repeat that for everyone's benefit. Only Jerry or Scotty should be making waivers.
Well, that's not true.
Oh, I'm sorry. Only Jerry, Scotty, Alex, and Window should be making waivers. I forgot the third.
Alex and Window also have no budget to spend, so
I go back to my initial statement. Only Jerry and Scotty. No. They can make waivers, but only Jerry and Scotty should be spending money on waivers.
So when me, Zach, and Scotty were hanging out watching games this weekend, I threw out I floated an idea here to the point that you just made of when we get to this final week and we only want the people who are still competing, putting in waivers and stuff. What do you think about this idea, Sean? So obviously right now the payout structure is a 7-2-1, right? What do you 7-2-1? Yeah. What do you think about doing it as a 6-2-1-1 where both people who lose in semis get their money back, and that way they're just done also? Like it's like essentially a tie for third. They both get their money. I don't think there's a massive difference on that extra $100 anyways. I think it's also just a way like to make sure that the final week is about the championship.
Yeah, no, I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that at all. And I think it's a smart rule for the sake of like making the championship more pure. And it also gives something like it gives you the semifinalists have something they can if they make the semis, you can feel good like, hey, I'm getting my money back at least. Yeah,
no matter what. Yeah.
And either way, like the six, you still have $800 to split between the two finalists that they can divvy up however they want.
That'll make the buy huge because you get guaranteed your money back.
Yeah.
That's actually very true. I didn't even think about that part of it.
I didn't think about it earlier.
The more I like it. This is a good. Please, someone at home, please be writing down these rule change proposals. Like I feel like
I'm gonna remember that one. Don't worry.
We talked about this for like 2 hours.
We did. We talked about it for a long time. We were there for 6 hours at the bar.
I really like that idea. So let's get to Fabs really quick, just so. Oops, I saw the power rankings up. Just so I can show you guys what you both have. Scotty leads with $192. Jerry, though, still has $100 left to spend. And both of the semifinal teams playing for third place don't have any money left. So you guys can spend your $292 collective dollars however you see fit for this last week, but I wouldn't advise saving anything.
Look out for big moves.
Yeah, big money moves left. But I better not see any of those. I better not see anything more than $192 in that waiver wire. I'm gonna lose it. So now the moment the folks at home have been waiting for. We have been doing predictions all year, waiting to see who would be the more accurate picker this year. This is the first year we've ever tracked it, week in, week out. So let's get to that. This is our Week 16 results. My picks are on the left. Jerry's are on the right. We both went 2 for 3. Jerry, once again, you picked yourself to lose, and you were wrong. You did this all season, and it really hurt you when you dominated the league all year. I was wrong about Alex making his final appearance. I was #fuck Scotty all the way out of spite because he.
How'd that go for you,
bro? I can't like. I literally wanted to post in the league chat like a Jerry Scotty final. Bleh. Like, who do I root for? Can I root for the Meteor? Like, no. But in all seriousness, that puts us at our final prediction accuracy. I finished the season 39-28. Jerry finishes at 36-41. Jerry did have 10 more games predicted because I was in the hospital I was in the hospital and also having a newborn for 2 weeks.
He was not in the hospital. He was at the hospital.
I was at the hospital for the birth of my son. Let me clarify. So I did succeed this year in going above 500 and making more accurate predictions. But what's really interesting, what I found really interesting is looking at our top 3, bottom 3, because this is also the first year where I really tracked, every season, every year on the podcast since episode 1. Episode 1 was a draft recap of season 11. And we always looked at top 3, bottom 3. we predicted Jerry and I predicted our top 3 teams, what we thought would be in our bottom 3 teams. And I don't think we've ever actually gone back and looked at like, hey, how do we do on that?
Yeah, I've usually tried to avoid it because I get a lot wrong.
Yeah. No, I know. We're gonna find that out right now. As
Like,
it turns out,
I think like 3 episodes into that season, the title of the pod was "We Were Wrong About Everything."
we were. There was one episode that we. I don't know. Like someone in the chat look back at the playlist, find out what episode that was. But there was one episode. It's like we were wrong about everything. So this is how our top 3, bottom 3 finished out. We both predicted Jason Smith to be top 3. He finished.
I believed in you, Jason. I believed in you.
I predicted Brad to be in the top 3. He was 3rd in record, but ultimately finished 6th place. You picked me to be top 3. I was 4th. I was 2nd in points scored, if that counts. But I finished 5th ultimately. So like those are arguable. Like, what does top 3 mean?
Borderline.
It's borderline. Where you finish? It is undoubtable that, or indisputable, that I was correct about you, my friend. I picked you to be top 3, 1st in points scored, 1st in overall record, in the finals. Globo Jerry,
a prohibitive favorite in the.
Man, oh man, I nailed that one. And you also picked Zach to be top 3, and unfortunately that was.
I know we've had a lot of fun over the years about me talking trash about Zach's team. And the one time I give him a little credit, he proves that his team is kind of garbage.
Oh man.
Like, this is absurd. I trash his team. Every year I trash his team, and he makes the semis every year.
He's gonna want you to go back to trashing him.
Probably. Yeah, it didn't work out well for him either. As far as bottom 3 is concerned, we both nailed James being bottom 3. I put 8. He finished 8th because both he and McMillan started their defenses. I think
that's also a situation where you like they tie for whatever it is.
Yeah, but like he was
they tie for 8th.
He was 10th in record. He was 10th in points. Like he's bottom 3.
He was a bottom 3 guy. Yeah.
I was wrong about Scotty. He
OG hater over here. Jeez.
No. So let me back up. So Jerry and I both in our draft episode, post draft kind of top. Then when we made these predictions, I recall vividly, we both picked James, we both picked Window, and we're like, we're sure about these 2. And then it's like, I don't know. Like if I there's a lot of like borderline teams, and if I had to give it to one, I picked Scotty. He picked Alex. We were both wrong about those, FYI.
I don't know that I was that wrong. He's one and done in the playoffs. He puts up like 80 points in the playoffs. Like, come on, bro.
Who, Alex?
Yeah, he put up 97 points in the playoffs.
He made the semis. He was the number 2 seed.
He was a bye. He had a bye. You had a bye last year.
He also finished like 2nd in record, 3rd in points scored. Like he is objectively, you could make a case top 3. I would say.
Alex, your team's trash.
Well, that's why I put him in yellow.
Damn.
I put Alex and Window in yellow because again, one of them's going to finish 3rd and will be objectively a top 3 team and incorrect for our predictions of the bottom 3. But I was wrong about Scotty. I'm a big enough of a man to admit that.
It is pretty funny that we each had 2 people that we picked to be bottom 3 that ended up in the finals.
Yeah.
Or sorry, in the semis.
Yeah.
Minimum semis.
Yeah. We each picked 2 semifinalists in our bottom 3. We each picked 1 Sacko finalist in our top 3. Like we suck at this. I don't know what we're doing.
I never claimed to be good.
But I think that honestly, the last thing I'll say about this before we move on and get to our championship predictions, I genuinely think my hate might be powering Scotty this season.
I think it is. Yeah.
I think, or maybe at least through the playoffs. Like I feel like my hate is just maybe it was from the beginning. Maybe again I picked you bottom 3, and you are in the finals.
I think my team is good out of spite.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I hate you. All right. So, with all that said, it is now the moment of truth. It is time for our predictions.
Also, really quick, you guys are like 10 feet apart. You could have just done this, and you guys could have been on the pod in the same room.
I actually we could have, but I actually appreciate that he didn't because I last week with James coming on the pod, I finally got the three hosts set up, and I could have done it. I prepped to do it this way, so I appreciate you, Scotty, because I would have had to audible. But no, and that actually one last thing before we get to predictions, and I think I was going to cover this at the end of the show, but I want to cover it now because it's Jerry gave me a good segue. This season we really didn't get a lot of guests on the pod the way we have in seasons past, and I want to. I don't know why it didn't happen. I think Jerry and I kind of naturally did the pod every week, and I should have done a better job maybe of inviting people.
Almost half the league was on the pod. What do you mean?
Almost half the league is only 4 people.
Yeah, it was just
that's how many was on the pod.
Literally the last 2 weeks. What I'm trying to say is next season, what I'd like to do, we got into a good rhythm of doing like either Tuesday or Wednesday at 8:30. I'd like to maybe set that as more of a like set a definite time on either Tuesday or Wednesday nights. Have Jerry and I coordinate as to which night it will be, and have like basically a list of like, hey, we're gonna do the pod at this time. Who we can have like basically have a guest or like a guest come on at every show. I want to at least give everyone the opportunity if they want to come on the podcast. This is our league's pod. I want to make sure you guys get a chance to be on it too. So, if
I knew I was going to be on the championship episode, so I just saved it.
I hate you so much.
I hate you so much, God.
But in all seriousness, next year we'll do a better job. I want to even have maybe like create like a little spreadsheet and just have like week 1, week 2, week 3, and like have people they can reserve their weeks and their times that work best for them, or they can block off those days like Tuesday and Wednesday nights for a week. So without further ado, let's get to the moment of truth. Championship week. I've got the matchup up now. So here we are. It's just, good Lord. Yeah, you're an almost 30-point underdog in the championship. It's just gross.
I feel like it has a very 2008 Giants feel though.
It really is. It's a 2008. The way I've been saying, like I said from the jump, Average Scotties versus Globo Jerry, and the chat right now in a 2-1 vote is voting Globo Jerry, but there is someone voting for Scotty. I assume it was Jerry. Like I hate that you both like voted for each other in the polls too, because I need you to predict your own teams here. And that's what we're gonna do.
Why would we do that? That would be dumb.
Well, you're gonna do it now. You can't pick the other person. This is your
why not?
Closing, because this is your closing argument. You gotta pick your team to win here. So, I would like each of you. I know you don't want to do it, but I'm gonna hold you to it. I want each of you to give me the case for why, and I'm gonna go. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go. Forget my pajama bottoms here, but I'm gonna go walk over and hold the trophy for this. I'm gonna hold it up in the camera. So
do you have the ring on?
I don't. I don't deserve it. Here is what you're playing for, gentlemen. Right here. It's beautiful. It fits perfectly in your hands.
A year ago.
You know what it feels like, Scotty. Jerry, I don't know if you've touched it yet.
I've never touched it.
You have the opportunity.
I wouldn't want to.
And not until you earn it. But this is your chance. So, this is what you're playing for. I'm going to give you the opportunity to state your case. And we're going to start with the underdog. So, Scotty, tell me why this trophy will be once again displayed at your back window, causing me to absolutely hate you for an entire year.
Well, Jameson Williams and T. Higgins are going to go off for a combined 90 points.
Are we just making shit up now? We're not even pretending to be
Jonathan Taylor
here.
is going to remember how to have 40-point games again. Drake May is going to solidify his spot as a top 5 fantasy QB and let me slap Gary. And the rest of my roster will do just enough, and Jerry's team will mysteriously disappear. I don't know. St. Brown doesn't play. Kittle doesn't play.
For the folks
He
at
starts
home,
Lad McConkey, who gets like 2 points.
for the folks at home, what was your slap bet?
It was Drake May, the top 10 fantasy QB by the end of the fantasy season, which right now is QB3, so looking pretty good.
I would say you're pretty safe there.
Yeah. Not sure why Jerry rushed to make that bet, but I definitely rushed to accept it because, yeah.
The Patriots are frauds. They have beaten like one good startable quarterback all year long.
Well, the good news is that doesn't matter for our fantasy bet or our slap bet. So, yeah. But that's my case. If I got really lucky, I think I could do it, but it would need some box level luck.
Are there any players on his team that you envision having a bad week this week?
Let's see. Let's pull up some matchups here. I think, I mean, St. Brown against Minnesota. Minnesota, we saw what they just did to the Giants. Who knows? If McCaffrey could have a bad game against the Bears, that would be big for me. And then if Atlanta's pass rush could get to Stafford, that would be nice. I don't see like JSN or like Achan being slowed down too much. Hurts, who knows? If the Eagles will play well against Buffalo or not. Their offense has gotten better the last couple weeks, but you know, they still have the dud games in them. So we'll see.
All right. Anything else you want to say in your closing argument?
No, I just really hope Jameson Williams and T. Higgins go off. Like,
for the folks at home, Scott got Jameson Williams off the waiver wire after Jerry dropped him.
No one else put a bid on him, by the way.
With no one else having put a bid on him. And T. Higgins was traded, Jerry traded to Scotty. In exchange for, who did you give up?
Lad McConkey.
Lad. Which actually puts in a little bit of intrigue in this matchup because Lad, Jerry got him for that last week's matchup, but now has him on the bench for this week's matchup against Houston, a tough Houston D. So interesting.
He probably would have started T. Higgins over Juwan Jennings or someone,
Maybe.
I'm guessing, but we'll never know.
We'll never know. All right. Globo Jerry, the floor is yours. Tell us why this trophy will be yours, my friend.
Look at the check marks.
Jerry, how much would this mean to you if you won a championship this weekend?
I think it would mean about $700.
You guys are gonna do a split. Like you can do a different split if you want.
How much would it mean to you if you lost this championship?
Yeah,
I might unalive
Don't,
myself.
Scotty, don't spoil my argument.
No, I kind of what we talked about last week, where I was like, oh, it's David versus Goliath when it comes to me and Window. And I kind of said at the end of the pod, and I probably should have saved it for this week, like, yeah, but it's 5 Goliaths. It's Jalen Hurts. It's Matt Stafford. It's JSN. It's Achan. It's Chase Brown. It's Christian McCaffrey. It's weird that I had to wait till the 6th person to mention Christian McCaffrey, right?
Yeah.
And all of them made sense. My team is too good. I mean, I'm looking at 2 top 5 quarterbacks. I'm looking at this week in particular, 3 top 7 running backs. Yeah, it's kind of a weird situation that I fell into, that I just gave Scotty 2 really startable wide receivers essentially. But like JSN and Amon-Ra St. Brown are like consensus top 3 wide receivers. And as bad of a matchup as the Minnesota matchup is, guess what? We both have a wide receiver in that situation. Would you rather have the number 1 or the number 2? I think I'd rather have the number 1. Now, obviously the injury kind of popping up is a little weird. I think that I don't think it's going to be an issue. I think he's going to play, especially because it's like a must-win game for Detroit. But like, I think my biggest question right now is, do I start the Texans defense against the Chargers or do I start the Steelers against Cleveland? Both are really, really good options, I think. It wouldn't surprise me if Scotty wins. This is fantasy football. We are flipping coins.
It would shock me.
But I'm a 28-point favorite right now. And if I had to sit Amon-Ra, my projection, I'm still like 25 point favorite. Like my team's really good. I've been very fortunate. I hit a lot on the draft. I've won trades in a lot of situations. Kind of wish I didn't do the T. Higgins trade at this point, but like it is what it is. Honestly, if they just did check marks the way they were supposed to and just did it based on like, I hate the fact that you get that check mark for actually, no, maybe you actually have a higher projection now for him. But there was a little while where I was looking at it and it's like, oh, because of the order they're in, you got one check mark.
Yeah, May's projected to score more than any of your quarterbacks. So what
This is
that?
true. That is true. But yeah, no,
The one guy.
my team's really good. It would be a travesty if I do not win this championship.
So
I agree, actually.
So now I get to give my 2 cents and weigh in and sort the tie.
What do you mean sort the tie? You said we weren't allowed to pick against ourselves.
No. I mean, like you both had to pick each other. Like again, like for the sake of content.
I didn't, but okay.
But much like Jerry last year found himself on the championship montage with all of his bad takes, picking Brad to win.
The worst take I had was Jonathan Taylor is not going to give you 40 points.
You said that Brad wins this matchup. I don't think it should be close, and I won by like 40,
okay.
50.
Okay, that was my worst take on that.
Okay, here's my take on this championship. You have heard me say the last couple weeks this consistent refrain of
I'm an unstoppable juggernaut.
Well, I've said that all season, but the last couple weeks I have just said fuck Scotty, fuck Scotty, fuck Scotty, and all season I have been like singing your praises. I picked you in my top 3. I have talked about how I've talked on this podcast and every podcast episode I feel like on how dominant your team has been all season long. So all of that would make you think that I am going to choose Jerry.
He's picking Scotty.
But sure. when you look at these matchups, it is what you realize is, yeah, of course it's Jerry. What the fuck are you talking about? like no, it's like what did you think I was gonna say? Like, no, it's Jerry. Like,
I was expecting you to
Jerry.
make an argument for matchups for a second.
No,
there. I'm like,
I mean, I'm gonna make an argument. Yeah, no, you want to make an argument for matchups? Okay. Chase Brown gets the Cardinals with nothing to play for. Not the Bengals have anything to play for, but like they're a terrible run defense. Devon Achane is, like you said, as consistent as they come.
Achane is a monster.
Achane is a monster. You said that last season's finals, and he had a bad game, but like he's had great games all season long. He's averaging like nearly 20. You have two of the top, like you said, you have 2 of the top 5 running backs in fantasy football. I said at the beginning of the season, you have Christian McCaffrey and Devon Achane. They're glass cannons. I know you disagree with that take, but like they are glass cannons. If they're not healthy, they are like they're track stars. Like Devon Achane is a track star. Christian McCaffrey is just an insanely good running back, but he's had injury issues the last couple of years you drafted him. I said if they stay healthy, you're a title contending team. That bore to be true. You also have 2 of the top 3 receivers in fantasy football in JSN and Sun God after you made the trade for Sun God. You have 2 of the top 6 quarterbacks in fantasy in Matt Stafford and Jalen Hurts. Matt Stafford, by the way, who might be the steal of the draft in a super flex league.
It's really funny.
In the 14th round.
14th round. It was really funny because you mentioned like, oh, Puka might have been the steal of the draft, and I was like, JSN 25 picks later. And then I was looking at my roster today, and I was like, holy crap, yeah, Stafford is the number 2 quarterback, and I got him in the 14th.
You drafted because Tua got like you drafted
Tua and Bryce Young got drafted back to back.
He fell into your lap like a pot of gold.
Yeah,
I also almost made a draft day trade with Jerry, and it was basically Tua for Stafford.
And imagine how this could have been actually it would have given you a better puncher's chance here.
Yeah,
this is you kind of alluded this earlier, and I want to make this point. This is Scotty's title to win. This is Jerry's title to lose. I shudder to think about where we'll be a week from now if Jerry does lose this title. Because I know we've said that like if you're in fantasy football to get what you deserve, if you're doing this based on,
if you're looking for good karma in fantasy football, you're going to be disappointed.
Right. But bro, if anyone deserves a title in any season, you deserve a title this season. And I know that's going to ring hollow if you don't win this matchup. But, like, because you have
Definitely
lost
not
3
who
weeks.
deserves the title.
You've lost 3 weeks this year. But
Job's
like,
not finished.
Job is not finished. But I will tell you, I have been more than 50% in predicting matchups all year long. And if you're asking me who I'm predicting in this matchup, it's not close. It is you. You have, and let me just, sorry, the last thing I want to say. I talked about the Chase Brown matchup. Devon Achane against Tampa Bay is a good matchup. Juwan Jennings against Chicago, they're bad against the pass. And like you said, the defense is a question. The Texans defense is blazing hot though, and I don't see any problem starting them against the Chargers. But the Steelers get Cleveland, who's a bottom 3 offense. Like I
Rookie
love that.
quarterback, starting running back, just had his knee explode.
The biggest scare for me if I was playing against Scotty is the guy who gave me a title last year. One of the guys who the reasons I won a
Jonathan
title
Taylor drops 40, I'm gonna cry.
Jonathan Taylor would be the guy I would be concerned about, and he gets a very tough run D in Jacksonville. Like,
yeah, that is my saving grace right now. That
And-
Jonathan
and
Taylor
doesn't
has
have his
one of the
quarterback.
toughest.
yeah,
Doesn't
and,
yeah.
and
he has
44-year-old
a
throwing the ball.
44-year-old grandpa
Yeah.
throwing him the ball. Like,
Yeah.
no, Jonathan Taylor's. It's not the same situation as last year.
Or
And, like,
even it was halfway through the season. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and like I'm not like sitting here just like trying to trash Scotty's team because like obviously anybody can win, but like it really doesn't help. But like no, Jameson Williams has been so good for you since I dropped him. Toughest matchup he can possibly get. Kyron Williams, it's like a 60-40 timeshare now. Like Blake Corum is scoring touchdowns like
giving him touches.
every single week. He's
Kyron, I will say, Kyron got 23 touches last week.
yeah, no,
Honestly,
like you're not even mad, but like
Yeah.
Blake Corum got 15,
Let me
and
ask
Yeah.
Blake Corum has scored 5 touchdowns in the last 4 weeks. Like, if
Yeah.
I'm a Kyron Williams owner, I'm kind of mad.
Scotty,
And I was debating about Hampton.
Yeah, I
I'm
was gonna
still
say
debating
that's what I was
about
going to ask about. Is like Hampton also with Kamani Vidal's injury. Hampton is a potential play if Vidal is out because he'll be the bell cow and he's been in form.
Yeah.
Like there is an argument for Hampton. Not saying you should.
He's got
start him.
Houston though.
That's
Are you
the-
starting the
that's
Bill?
the
Are
problem.
you starting the Bills defense, or are you going to try to do an ad like a waiver?
No
We'll
spoilers.
have to see, Jerry.
No spoilers.
What are we doing here?
But
What are we doing right
but
now?
are you?
I do
asking-
have more money than you, so I could
You do.
tell
You can. I will say I did not plan to make any bids. Like I don't have anything in there because like my team's too good.
Until
to
Well,
drop it.
Sean, should I say who I'm guaranteed to get because I have more money?
You have the most money. You can bid 101 and get it no matter what.
I've got 101 on Taysom Hill right now.
Ooh.
For what? As a
Because
running back, as a
Kamara
wide
is hurt.
receiver.
Kamara is hurt, and Taysom Hill's currently the starting running back
Over
in
Tyler.
New Orleans.
Taysom Hill currently. Are you going to put him in your flex?
Would you put him at tight end?
Yeah, no, in my tight end.
Tight end spot.
I don't know that I like
Throw
This is the
It's
same
all
thing when
it's
he
straight
played-
upside. I need
that. Same
straight
thing when he
upside right
played
now.
quarterback.
them dart throws, Scotty. I love it.
Exactly. I
All
need.
right, everyone, say hi to my mom.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, it got all blurry now.
No,
She's bringing me an old fashioned. Thank you.
There you go.
Oh,
No,
hold on.
Sir.
Look at this.
that is classy.
I think that's hickory.
I just want to close with this. I made my pick for Jerry. But if you're asking me, Game 7, fate of the universe on the line. The Martians got the death beam pointed at us. Who do I want winning this final? I want
Window.
Jerry. I want Window.
My window. Give me window.
Give me Woat. No, so that's my pick. It's Jerry.
Okay, mine too. Just want to
No-
make that
no
clear
pressure.
before you montage this
no
shit.
pressure.
So it looks like
No, trust me, we're cutting that.
No, cut that.
Only
cut
gonna
that,
make the rap party.
Cut
you're gonna
that.
montage it so
Cut
it
it,
looks like
cut
I
it.
picked Jerry the whole time.
No,
All right, I picked
Derek,
myself.
cut it. Cut the pod.
I still think that Scotty has like Scotty is going to win this match. I'm just getting it ready for the montage. Scotty's going to win this matchup.
Shut
Jonathan
up.
Taylor can go off
Stop
for
it. Stop it.
He's just giving you clips of the montage.
I don't want clips. All right. So that's it. That's our show, I think. Is there anything else you guys want to say before we close the season finale out?
I assumed that we were gonna do like one more just like recap episode for the championship next week. If you don't want to do that, I guess we don't have to.
We never have
Um,
before. I mean, we can.
That might be nice just to do like
Jerry just wants to talk about his
Yeah, he
win.
wants to talk about his team. No. Like
when I drop 200, you know.
we never do a post championship episode other than the championship montage. We can. I will not be in town again until like January 5th. About.
Okay.
So like we can do something after that, but I'll just as a fair warning, I'll also be like, it gets tight for me because I go back to work on January 8th for a little while. So yeah. But in all seriousness, congratulations to both of you for making the final. It truly pains me. This has been the highlight of the last 15 or 16 fantasy seasons to actually just have the trophy, to feel like a winner for once in this league that I've run. So it pains, it physically makes me ill that I will not have this soon. But I am happy for one of you that you will have it, because it's a wonderful thing to look at on a daily basis. And yeah, I just hope you guys have a great week. Best of luck. Scotty, you'll need it. Jerry, you won't. And
Good luck, Jerry.
Good luck, Scotty.
We'll see which one of these two wins this trophy in less than a week. It's gonna be a fun Christmas.
So yeah, just one last quick thing. Really happy we actually were able to do a pod every single week this season, 17 straight weeks. I love it. Shout out to Zach for kind of taking up those couple of weeks while you were out. Like, really do appreciate that. I've had a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah. No, I mean, appreciate you being on it every week and keeping it going when I was out. Appreciate all you guys for tuning in. We've had 4 viewers. I think Sam was the only one in the chat tonight, but like we've had a lot of viewers in the chat all season long. Scotty, you've been in there week in, week out. Really appreciate all the engagement you guys have had in the league this year and every year. Excited to do. Last year at Brad's, we did kind of the Sacko punishment and the coronation ceremony. We could do again, depending on what you and I think you still have an outstanding punishment too, potentially, Jerry. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, Zach and I have been talking. Like I said, we've been talking about Waffle House or something. So
yeah. It's up to you guys what you want to do. If you decided the SAT or the puzzle, what I was gonna say is, we could obviously do that kind of coronation the way we did last year, where we kind of all went to. I think we all went to Brad's house. We could do it at my place too, or whoever's place. And do like the SAT or the puzzle there. We couldn't do obviously Waffle House. I mean, I guess we could order takeout Waffle House, but I don't know if that counts.
That doesn't. No. Everyone can just show up at Waffle House. Like every Waffle House punishment has gone.
Yeah, we'll figure.
Show up for an hour or two. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but either way, I would like to get like one end of season event if we can. If not, we should at least get together at some point, either remotely or in person, to discuss next year's draft. And figure out, just at least get something on the, like, start noodling that together, because it's, we can always book in advance. If it's easier to book in advance, I feel like.
Yeah.
But I'll defer to the group on that. And I think that's about all she wrote. And I think, like you said, Jerry, it won't be next season that we hit 100 episodes, but I think the season after that potentially we'll hit 100. So season 19, which is kind of crazy.
Wow. Yeah, honestly, it's awesome that this is a thing for this league. It makes it so much more engaging, and I feel like no other leagues have this. Like, yeah, my commissioner does a podcast. When I tell people about that, they're like, "Oh my god."
I think that fantasy football is one of the best hobbies that guys can have together. I think, like, ever since we did it in college.
What? How does the show open? There are many things a man can do with his time. And this is better than those things.
No, I mean, but for real, like, I don't want to get too sappy, but like, ever since season 1, like, this has been a way to stay bonded with, like, the guys that mean the most to me. And the people have come and gone, but some amazing people have stayed and some amazing people have joined. And I feel like now we have a really amazing group of guys. I think the draft is a testament
Tighten
to
it.
that. You know, we there. I pride myself on the fact that there is no league that drafts like us. There is no league that has the content we do. There is no league that is engaged and close as we are. There are people in every fantasy football league I'm in that I'm like, yeah, I don't know you. I don't know anything about you. I don't know you from Bob. But like, we all know each other. We all talk routinely. We all engage with each other because of the way we've established this. And it's now become a labor of like again, doing this pod, doing the draft,
Writing poems,
putting together montages for our champions. Like, these are all have become labors of love. This has become a true my favorite pastime. So I appreciate the compliment, and I'm excited to see what season 18 brings. But before that, I'm excited to see who we crown our champion for season 17. And you will, as Jerry will tell you. Should we spoil it? The
ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there will be a ring.
Yeah.
There will be a ring for the winner.
Yeah.
Hashtag spoilers. Jerry might have bought himself a ring. Who knows?
Jerry told me about it this weekend, so I was already aware.
There you go. So there will be a ring for the winner.
Sean and I have not talked about this yet, though. So.
No, yeah, we did. Didn't we talk about on a previous episode that we bought rings for beyond this season, or did we not do that?
Have you done that?
I thought you did it.
I have not done it.
Okay. Well,
I bought one for my first championship.
Okay. I think we might. We know we talked about. So that's maybe another rule change we'll talk about doing, but maybe building into the league fee, like
an extra $5.
Yeah, we had talked about the extra $5 to do the league legacy plus the ring
for the champion every year, because it's a cool thing to have. It's nice.
I think I actually prefer the ring even over the trophy. Like, I think the rings are really cool. That, like, because they're easy. They're easy to move. They're easy to have.
I like the trophy more.
Bro, the trophy.
Scotty, you've never had a ring, so you don't know.
My rings don't fit. We went over this. Rings don't fit on my hand.
You haven't felt this yet. It is the closest you'll feel like you're you're holding the Lombardi trophy. Like, it's perfect. It was. I will say this. We worked hard to find the right trophy. We nailed it with this. Like, this is awesome. The only thing I wish is, like, I want, like, I would love to get, like, and I think we could maybe do it. Like, we could get, like, someone to like, even craft, like, names on the outside. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, small little
I thought,
placards.
like, McMillan's dad was doing that or something.
I thought he was going to work on getting a base. But we haven't actually, like, talked to him about it. I've dropped the ball on that. We can work on that. But, like, it's hard to find, I think, a trapezoidal base. You know what I mean? And it's also, like, the dimensions.
It could just go straight down, though. It could just be a square.
Yeah, but then it's going to have to sit on top of it, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. I just feel like it would be too long. It would be too big at that point almost. Or it's just like it would just be a base that it would sit on. So, which it could.
I mean, it would be nice to, like, even if we just did, like, a wooden square base, and then, like, we could do like the little plaques to have everybo's, like, by year.
Do that.
I think that would be the way to go.
Maybe I'm overhandling it, Squirrely Dan.
Yeah.
But I'll talk to McMillan.
Okay.
All right. Well, without any objection from anybody, that is our season finale in a tight 1 hour and 3 minutes. Thank you guys for watching all season long. Thank you to the guys in the league for making this league so awesome. And thank you, Jerry and Scotty, for jumping on the season finale. Good luck, and we'll see you maybe on a post-championship pod. But if not, we'll see you in season 18.
Go Knowles.